All right, everyone. Hey, Gardner here. Gardner is here. Sorry, had to reset myself on that one. Been a crazy day. Warrior Wednesday, writing reflection, day 230, 230. What if? That's what I want to talk about today. What if? So, and this was spurred on by my rewrite session this morning. Rewriting an encounter that I had with a few celebrities back in the day. And I don't know if it was that culminate, also joining the fact that I'm getting older, and realize that, every moment is a moment of opportunity. And what if can be an exciting and an empowering question to ask ourselves in any situation. And it can also be a regretful and kind of negative perception of something that had happened. And what I've realized in this writing process is my life, and I suspect many of your lives as well, have been made up with a lot of what if moments, both proactive and reactive, or good and bad. I don't like to say view things through a lens of good and bad. However, for this conversation, what if good, right? And what if bad? And so there were many times in my days in New York and LA, as you can imagine, being in those arenas, being in a nightlife environment, and being involved in hotspots that were celebrity owned and kind of trendy. It was a magnet for a lot of people, a lot of cross sections of people, and specifically a lot of celebrities. And there were many times that I engaged in conversation. There were many times where I had a conversation with Robert Plant from Led Zeppelin because I didn't hesitate. I was in the moment. There was a time where I had a very heartfelt conversation with Sandra Bullock because I didn't shy away from the fact of a persona. And so, my journey is sprinkled with some of these recollections and poignant moments that have made up my story. And also, though, there's been just as many times where I've been what if I had started that conversation? What if I walked through that doorway instead of that doorway? And so, and for some reason, don't know what it is, those opportunities seem to hang around my neck, or did for a lot of years, as kind of like an albatross, because I felt instinctively that it was a lost opportunity for wonder. Hey, Peggy, my cuz is on from back east in Rhode Island. But I think that's the big thing for me. And those of you that know me, I am all about the eyes of wonder of a child, and that inner child inside, and reconnecting to the inner child through this writing process specifically. And so within every what if that is not actualized is a potential dream, is a potential possibility uninvestigated. So through this process, I've made a pact to myself to always go forth with an intention of taking that initial step. It could be a conversation. It could be a message. It could be an ask. It could be putting myself out there, putting it out there on the skinny branches for the world to see. Because ultimately, taking a risk and sniffing that air of possibility is where I want to be. So for you watching this, I would ask, the shield moment of today is to ask you to be mindful of when some situation arises that you have two choices. And usually, intuitively, if we can learn to trust what lands for us instinctively and honor that usually is the right choice. But I want you to, that's right, taking a chance. I would love for you, though, to be mindful of the what if, that air of possibility. So for all of you out there that may have a question that you need answered from a friend, a colleague, a loved one, for those of you that may be called or may be drawn to message or to reach out to someone that you normally wouldn't do it. For those of you that are mulling around opening up or creating a business concept in this crazy world that we're living in right now, why not? Because that air of what if on the other side of the spectrum is a haunting air. And I'm here to say, let's move forward. Let's sniff that air of possibility in every situation. Put yourself out there, no matter what the response. No one can ever take away the fact that you stepped forward. So step forward with love, courage in your heart as always. And what if? All right. Mad love to the courageous. I will be chatting with you soon. Day 230 of Writing Reflections. All right. Cheers.